Hi, this is Laura Walker-Andrews, the Disability Services Coordinator at Blue Ridge. I'm going to talk with you about the Disability Services Office, the roles that we serve, and some information about accommodations. We are the student's first contact when it comes to requesting accommodations, and we provide advocacy and support to students who receive accommodations. We are also a resource center for faculty regarding disability issues and accommodations questions. And we provide advisement to the college regarding the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, and Section 504 compliance. First, I want to mention we are the college. So in the eyes of the law, each instructor, staff member, or administrator is the college. So any decision made may or may not expose the college to liability. This is just something to keep in mind as you're working with students. It's a student's responsibility to self-identify, and they do that by making contact with the Disability Services Office. They are required to provide current documentation of a disability and information on how that disability affects them in the classroom or the learning environment. Regarding academic standards, students with disabilities that are receiving accommodations are expected to uphold the same level of academic standards as all other students. So by providing accommodations, we are minimizing the impact of the disability. So we are increasing their access to information, not giving them an unfair advantage. Accommodations are determined based on documentation. The documentation is examined and reviewed by the Disability Services Office, and we discuss with the student the impact of the disability and what accommodations they may be requesting. Research is completed, and we determine the appropriate and reasonable accommodation for students. Again, it's the student's responsibility to give instructors their accommodation plan. You may receive this as a yellow hard copy or through email. If the student does not do this, the instructor is not responsible for giving accommodations. So if you do not receive an accommodation plan, they do not get accommodations. Once you do have an accommodation plan, those are non-negotiable. Those have to be given. When you receive an accommodation plan, you will work with the student to put a plan in place. If assistance is needed, you can contact the Disability Services Office. Once you receive that accommodation plan, you want to review it and file it in a confidential location. For testing accommodations, you can communicate that with the student on how that will be set up. Briefly, I want to mention accessibility. As you're developing documents or other content for your course, you'll want to make sure that they are accessible to all students. Use the tools that are in Microsoft. Microsoft Word has an accessibility checker that you can use to resolve any issues with the content itself. The Insider also has resources and instructions. So if you go to this link, there will be a left-hand menu, and under accessibility, we have a handbook and some other resources that you can use. Regarding videos, you'll want to make sure that those are captioned. And if you have questions about that, you can contact our Director of Distance Learning, Jason Ford. If you have any issues or have questions, you can give me a call at 694-1813 or send me an email, and I'm happy to talk with you.